Good morning, my learners. I hope you are still enjoying holidays. Don't forget, as I said, maths should be your friend. So even if you are at home resting, keep on doing your revision, revising your mental minimum, so that when you come back, you still remember everything that you've done in the past 2 terms. Right, let's start. Today we're dealing with square root and cube root. Right, in our last lesson, we spoke about exponent. We're dealing about how do you simplify, compare, and calculations with exponent. Today, I want us to deal with one of the subtopic of exponent, finding square roots and cube root. You will remember in the class when I was teaching you about this. This is a square root sign, and then this is a cube root sign. Now, the question here said find the square root of 4. Now, how do you find the square root of any given number? First, you need to remember a square root or a cube root of a number will always be smaller than the given number. For example, you cannot have a 5 as a square root of 4. You cannot have 17 as a square root of 16. You cannot have, let's say, 9 as a cube root of 8. So a square root or a cube root of a number will always be smaller than the given number. Now, you have to find the square root of 4. Remember, a square root of this number, you must be able to say the same number times and carry 4 equal to 4. It must be a same number. So now we are looking for that number that you multiply by itself to give you a 4, which is 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Therefore, a square root of 4 is a 2. Same thing, we are looking for that number that you multiply by itself, only want to give you a 16. Times is equal to 16. Now, you look for that number. Remember, it must be a 1 number that you times by itself to give you a 16. In this case, we say 4 times 4 is equal to 16. Therefore, a square root of a 16 is a 4. Right, a cube root of 8, remember, this is how you differentiate. You'd always have a 3 here for a cube root. A square root, it can either be just a sign like this or a sign with a 2. That is a square root. So, times is equal to 8. Now, that number, you must see it 3 times here. And then when you multiply it, it must give you 8. So in this case, say 2 times 2 is a 4. 4 times 2 is a 8. Therefore, a cube root of 8 is a 2. Now, let's do one last example. You see it's a 3. So you open 3 spaces here. Times is equal to 125. Now you'll find that number, which is 5 times 5 is equal to 25. 25 times 5 is equal to 125. Therefore, a cube root of 124, or 125 I mean, is 5. Now, let's say now we have to calculate. They've given you, let's say, square root of 25, plus square root of 10, square root of 4, right? And then let's say minus a 2. Now, you first find the square root of 25. A square root of 25 is a 5. Because 5 times 5, you get 25. So, a square root of 25 is 5 plus a square root of 4, you already have it here, that it's a 2, minus a 2. Remember Bodmer's rule. You first add, and then you multiply. 5 times plus a 2, it's a 7. And then minus this 2, then you get a 5. Right. A square root of 36, let's say, plus a cube root of 216, right? Let's say, let's add plus 2 to the power of 2, because we've already spoken about exponent. Square root of 36 is a 6. Remember what I said. 6 times 6 is equal to 36. So a square root of 36 is a 6 plus a cube root of 216 is a 6. Remember, 6 times 6 is 36 times 6 is 216. Right. Now, 2 to the power of 2. Remember,